Hello everybody, I am Attila Tanner. Welcome to a brand new video of Next Talk. Happy New Year to you all. I wish you a great year. I hope everything goes as you wish. Great health and also great stock picking for you. Well, first episode of 2025, and we're going to go over the review, of course, of the year that was. And we're going to look at the different indexes. We're going to, after that, look at the different accuracies we had in different categories. We're going to look at highlights of companies that recently reported, and we're going to also, I have some news on the Next Talk CA app. We have a new feature. I'm going to explain that. Then I'm going to go over the regular reporting. So we have a jam-packed session for you in the first episode of the year. In the review section, let's start there. S&P 500, the last quarter, they were up 2.1%, and for the year, it was 23.3%, and that's in line with how previous year was for S&P 500, which was up 24.2%. Nasdaq was up 6.2% last quarter and 28.6% for the full year, and compared to the previous year, they were up 43.4%. Dow Jones Index was up 0.5% for the quarter and 12.9% for the year, compared to the previous year at 13.7%. TSX index was also up 3% and 18% for the year and 8.1% compared with the year before. So if you can see, 2024 was a great year for stocks. Everywhere it was up. 2023 was good also. Everything was up. Of course, 2022 stock were down. And the year before that, 2021, stock was up. So hopefully we shall see what 2025 will be, but hopefully it will be a good year again. Let's see. Now we're going to look at the different categories of how in the first year episode of 2024 of the different categories, how accurate they were. So what I'm meaning by that is that, let's say, the value stocks we had in the first episode, how did they perform? Well, they performed good, 22% up, including dividend payments. The US one performed better than the Canadians, we can say that. The dividends were up 15%, that category. The US performed worse than the Canadian. Canadian performed better. And this is including the dividend payouts. Growth category is the new attractive category. They were up 5%. The US performed worse than the Canadian. And the pricey ones were up 14%, where both US and Canada was about the same. So all in all, we can see that value stocks performed better in 2024 across the board. Dividends were not bad either. It was quite high with 15%. All right, let's go into the accuracy. So in the accuracy, what do I mean by that is that, as you know, we put a price target for each stock. And then what I do is I compare if those price targets is going accordingly to the plan. There is, of course, a little bit of a safety margin for, it can play a little bit. But as soon as it goes beyond that, it counts as a negative. So in the US market, we were 90% accurate, meaning in 10 cases, for let's say 100 stocks, 10 stocks went the opposite direction. In the Canadian market, the accuracy is much more correct. It's 99%, so 2% up. But I always try to improve the formulas to see how we can make sure we get as close as good as possible. All right, so now let's dive into the highlights and some price targets that our computer program is predicting based on the data we are getting from the earning report. Accenture was up 9% year over year, and our price target for them is now $395. So there's upside for Accenture. Adobe had an 11% year over year sales growth. Our price target for them has been lowered to $501, but there is still a little upside for Adobe. Asana had a 10% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been lowered to $13.20, and they're trading higher than that at the moment. Broadcom reported an impressive 51% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $160, but they also trade higher than that at the moment. Other companies that recently reported was C3 AI. They had reported 29% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $29, but they're trading higher than that as well. Micron reported 84% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target has been increased to $167, so there's a good upside for Micron. Oracle reported 9% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target is now set to $168, also an increase, but they're trading around those levels. And then finally, it's a Canadian company, TD Bank. They had a 12% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target has been lowered to $87 Canadian. Everything else is US. This was in Canadian. Pay attention to that. And they are still an upside for TD Bank. All right, so those are the highlights. If you're curious of price targets of companies I didn't mention, you can go to my website, nextstock.ca. You have 30-day access for free. And now we have a new feature. The new feature is after you put in the search for a company, and you can select it, and you can add it into a comparison list. So now you can add the second company, and you can compare those two stocks with each other. Which one is better? Because maybe sometimes you're hesitating. Should I get this one or this one? Or should I sell this one or that one? So at least the computer program can give us a little bit of guidance which one seems to be better when it comes to the target price and where the stock price is at the moment. You can mix US stocks with Canadian stocks. You can also add a third company, fourth or so in the list. You can clear the list and you can start over whenever you want. So check it out. I'm happy about it. Hopefully we can have some more features also coming into the Nextstock website. All right, let's dive into the regular reporting. We start with the US market, and this is the first prediction for 2025 from the computer, and I will have them as a comparison throughout the year and also start of next year. Top 3 value stocks at the moment: JP Morgan, Exxon Mobil, and Toyota Motors. Wells Fargo, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Dividends in the US market, top 3 at the moment: HSBC, Verizon, and AMBEV. The growth category, this is just looking at the sales growth. Top 3 at the moment: Nvidia, followed by Micron and Coinbase. Attractive category, here we are comparing, as we said, sales growth with stock price growth. So PDD Holding is number 1, Micron is number 2, and Beyond Meat is number 3. NIO and Moderna, who was in the list, is out from top 3. If you take Beyond Meat as an example, so their sales growth was 8%, and stock price has been going down 61% lately. So because of the delta is being high, they made it to this list. Of course, it's still a caution for you to think about. Maybe the stock price will continue to go down. But what the program is basically saying, the stock price is up 8%, and the sales are up 8%. Stock price is going down 61%. So because of that, it's considered attractive because of the huge difference. But still, you have to see if it's attractive for you. Pricey ones is the reverse, if the stock price is going faster than the sales. So Palantir is number 1, Peloton is number 2, Tesla is a newcomer, spot number 3. So in their case, it's the same thing in the sense that sales is 8% also up, but the stock price is going up 61% in this case. And because of that, they are considered pricey. ARM, who was in the list, is out from top 3. All right, that's the US market. Let's dive into the Canadian market, and we go into the value stocks there. Top 3 at the moment: Royal Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia, and Bank of Montreal completes the top 3. Canadian Natural Resources, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Dividends in the Canadian market: Bell, followed by Whitecap Resources, and TELUS is the newcomer on spot number 3. The top 3 growth in the Canadian market: Brooksfield Wealth, followed by Newmont and Lundin Gold. Attractive ones in the Canadian market: Newmont, followed by Endeavour Mining and Teck Resources. And final category, Pricey. Top 3 at the moment is Celestica, TransAlta, and followed by Onyx. All right, that concludes the report for this time around. If you like those videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one, hopefully in 3 weeks' time. And I'm thinking of talking about mergers and acquisition next time. Stay tuned for that one. Meanwhile, you can follow me on X or Blue Sky. I will tweet or post whenever something new, interesting is happening in the stock market. All right, always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. Happy New Year, happy stock pickings. Bye-bye.